right, guys, I'm back. This is Nan, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the Kardashians. This is one of my favorite shows on TV. I know a lot of my family members and my kids is like, why do you watch the Kardashians? They're just so lame. But I don't feel that way about the Kardashians. I think that, and then they had this thing about being famous for being famous. I beg to differ. They are definitely business women. They may have built their brand on something I might not have built my brand on, but it's their passion and that's what they love. So, and I like the fact that to see someone headstrong go after go after what it is that they want. So that in itself just drew me into the show. It's allowing me to see someone live their best life and be happy and make a business out of it. I mean, look at little Kylie. Kylie, I'm so country, guys. Y'all have to. I'm going to mispronounce words, but it's okay. You know what? I'm to the point in my age right now that it doesn't bother me as much as it used to. But Kylie, the youngest one, has really built her empire with the help of her mom, and I look at those different scenarios because I'm a business person at heart. I love the business aspect of everything, so I'm able to look beyond all the glitz and glamour and just sort of just catch a glimpse of, like, if they're having a business meeting, what are they talking about, how are they acting, things like that I want to pull. And you know, their marketing, what are they doing for marketing, how are they marketing. So and then I do get involved in the storyline too, and I have my opinions, which are just my opinions. And I mean, no ill will to anyone. I'm not that type of person. I'm very non-confrontational, but I do have my opinions. So let's talk about it. So we'll just start with the season. They've only had like 2 or 3 episodes that's, you know, shot so far, and the Jordyn Khloe thing is still trickling down. And can I just say that I just really am very in awe of Kylie because she's so mature for her age. She's like wise beyond her years, and you know, every now and then you find a child like that, and it's refreshing to see that despite everything that has happened, she's able to put things in perspective. And I feel like that things had to happen the way they happened for Jordyn, one, because Jordyn has really launched her career since the whole incident. And I have no ill will against Jordyn because you have to think about, you was young once too, and every decision you made wasn't a great decision. And there's a lot of decisions that a lot of people will never know about. But because she is in the public eye, well, the Kardashians are in the public eye, and she was Kylie's best friend, everything's going to be magnified. And I feel like that for them, I was a little bit disappointed that they put so much blame on Jordyn because she's so young. And I think that even Khloe said in the second episode that, or whenever she was having True's party, she wanted to meet with him by herself so it wouldn't be so awkward whenever he came to the party. And in that transaction, he was trying to come on to her. He even tried to kiss her and she pushed him away. So it's like he strikes me as that type of person that feels like he's entitled. You know, I'm a huge basketball star, I'm this, I'm that, girls flock at me, they throw their stuff at me, so if I want to just kiss a girl, I can. It's sort of that male chauvinist attitude that we have seen come out so much in the Me Too movement. It's like men in their mind, I think that they feel like they are entitled when they actually are not entitled, and women are starting to stand up and say, no, you're not entitled. So I feel like that he did probably, you know, think that he could just get away with it, or you know, he could try it. And do I think he would have went further if they told him no? No, I don't think he's that type of person. But I do think that men do feel entitled sometimes because of their status, and they can try to go further and until you say stop or no, whereas before they would be more respectful and not even try to go that route. So that definitely is a issue or problem, but that's how I feel. That's just my opinion. But I don't think that they should continue to harp on Jordyn. And I don't think they are harping on Jordyn. I think everyone's moved past it. Everyone's moved on. Jordyn's moved on in her life. She has definitely, hopefully, learned from her mistake. I hope she continues to learn from her mistake and make better conscious decisions moving forward. I think Kylie has put things in perspective, and she realizes that everything had to happen the way that it happened in order for everyone to move on. I don't think Khloe would have moved on, and I'm hoping that she did move on, but she may not have, because she does have a baby by Tristan, and that could that definitely is a bond that's going to be there for the rest of her life. As long as Lil Truth's there and Tristan's going to be a part of her life, that definitely is going to be a bond. So you know what, it's hard whenever you've shared this relationship with someone and this love with someone, and then you have this baby and you want nothing but the best for your child. So but I think that she would have continued to give him time after time after time of chances had he not hit so close to home. And I'm hoping the fact that he did hit so close to home, that it is an eye-opener to let her know that his priorities are definitely not where they should be at. And so I'm hoping that, you know, just like Kylie said, everything had to happen this way in order for things to happen for or them to move on with their lives. So I think her wisdom is very refreshing, extremely refreshing. As far as Kylie and Travis, this new thing is out that they have broken up, and that makes my heart break, because I think Kylie is such a good girl. I really do like Kylie a lot. I love her business sense. That's what I admire so much about Kylie. I think she is definitely that one, and the other girls could definitely learn a lot from her. You didn't really expect a lot from Kylie because she was the youngest, but I think she listens to her mom a lot, and you'll see that I'll say, listen to your parents, they know better, quite often, because they do. But at any rate, yes, I definitely do admire her and her business sense. So this last episode that was on Keeping Up was with Kourtney and Scott and Sophia. I thought that was a very interesting dynamic. It is refreshing to see that they are trying to all mesh together and get along, so forth, as a family, especially for the kids. But it does seem like it would be a little bit stressful, and it makes my heart go out to so many different people, because now there's so many lives that's mixed up in it. Sophia and Scott has definitely did a lot of work on himself, and I don't want to attribute the work that he's done on himself to any one person, because I think that at the end of the day, it was up to him to make the change. I do think that Sophia has had a tremendous impact on the way that he has changed and he is acting and how he has stepped up. And I think that that's amazing that she was able to do that, especially at such a young age. It really shows that her wisdom, you know, definitely has shined through. And a lot of people want to say, well, it's the way you brought up and so forth and so on. But, you know, with 4 children, I brought all of my kids up the same way, and they all are different personalities and act differently. Now, underlining, you know, behavior, I would pray to God that underlining that their behavior would be a certain way. But there are children that do things and you're like, what? Why did you? I didn't teach you that. Where did you learn that from? So you do pick up things from friends, from other family members, bad habits, even good habits. We're just not going to say bad habits. But I do, you know, think that Sophia brought a certain dynamic to the table that allowed Scott to see himself for who he was and to work on himself to be where he's at now. But that being said, now there's Kourtney, and it makes you think, it's the dynamic between Kourtney and Scott what really caused Scott to, or drove Scott to be the way he was. And I think that's a question he's got to ask himself, and that's a question that Kourtney has to ask herself. I don't think either one of them are in a place where they want to be back together. They have 3 children together, so that bond is going to be forever there, just like True and Tristan and Khloe. I just feel bad. My heart goes out from all of them because ultimately you want to see, the mother and father and the kids all together in a happy family. But obviously Sophia has invested so much because her and Scott's been together for now about 2 years. They've invested so much together. So you don't want to see that, break down. I don't know where it's going. I know it's at a good place now, but I do feel like just sort of kind of a little bit that Kourtney would like to have Scott back the way he is now. But she definitely isn't going to, she's not the type of person I feel like that would intrude on his relationship or even give him an inkling that she wants him back. I don't feel like that she would do that because I know she knows what she went through, and she wouldn't want that to happen to anyone else. So I don't know. I'm just sort of up in the air. Guys, tell me what you think about it. But it just makes me a little bit uneasy, and it keeps me on my feet too in terms of what's happening next. So that's all for me today. I know the Kardashians come on tomorrow or tonight because I won't post this video until tomorrow, and I'll probably be touching bases again about the next episode. Oh, I did want to say before I left, guys, tell me what you think about Corey's comment about the baby, about Penelope. I'm just going to tell you what I think. I think that Corey comes from a background like me, and we didn't act up. We got our tails spanked. We call it whip. People think of whipping as in the slaves were whipped, and no, that's not how our parents did it. But they did spank our tails, and I'm pretty sure there's quite a few white people that got their tails spanked too. But that's something that Kourtney and Scott's not doing. So I understand what he was saying, but what I disagree with was his delivery. Because in my mom and dad's day, anyone could spank us. It's just like, if we got spanked, well, I take that back. My dad was not having that. In my mom's day, anyone could spank them. In my day coming up, my dad was not having that. He was like, if my child does something, tell me. I'll take care of it. And that's how I have been too. It's like, I don't want anyone else putting their hands on my children. So for you to tell me that you beat my child's tail, and I get what Scott's saying, because Scott gave him every opportunity to correct himself and say if it was his child, but he didn't. He said, if she did that to me, I would whip her tail. And that's what you don't do, and that's what I agree with them on. Now, whether they chastise, that's their business, or not, how they discipline. If you don't discipline, I'm gonna tell you, your kids are going to beat you when you get older. And not beat you in terms of putting their hands on you, but beat you in terms of life experiences and worry and anxiety and fear and even in death. Trust me, spare the rod, spoil the child. And the rod doesn't always mean a switch or a belt. The rod can be your tongue. But you have to be consistent in chastisement and discipline. And that's the one thing that I've seen. But the one thing I agree with them on is ain't nobody putting their hands on my child. So guys, tell me what you think. Like, subscribe. Don't forget the next video. I am doing something with my kids' room. I'm going to redo my 13-year-old's room. I'm going to let you see that. And I might video me doing my daughter's hair. She's got these purple locks I bought her to put in her hair. So if she lets me, we'll do it. We're going to talk to her in the future about college and college years and how she's loves it or likes it or can't stand it. And then we'll talk to my son too about graduating from high school and next steps and what's going through his mind right now. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.